Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. We were out here. You may have caught last week's video where I went over everything that's done to the truck. So what I want to go over in this video quickly is what my plans are for the rest of the build. Because obviously we got a lot of stuff done to the truck. There's a lot of different stuff that I can still do to the truck. But as for myself, I don't want it to be too overdone. I want it to look good. Like my truck, I think looks pretty sweet how it is right now. But there is still a few things that I want to add to the truck. So number one, and you can't see them, skid plates. Underneath, I want to get a full set of skid plates. I'm probably going to go with Z1 off-road, but the other option is CBI. I got the CBI bumper, so I may get the front CBI skid plate just so it matches. When you look at it visually, it's all the same, but they make them in a way where you can mount them to different skid plates underneath. So because Z1 Off-Road makes aluminum ones, CBI only makes steel, and there's a huge weight difference there. Not that it would make a massive difference on the truck, but it's just something to keep in mind why I'm trying to decide which route to go there. Those are my two options that I'm going to be thinking about. Then moving on to the side, I do have my Iron Bison steps, but I would like to upgrade to an actual rock slider. And now I'm kind of hit and miss on these as well. I want something that's actually flat. I'm different than most people. These ones are flat. I like having it as a step. Makes it easy not only for myself to get in and get up top for cleaning the truck and whatnot, but it gives my kids an option to step up in there too, because obviously with a lifted truck, they're not as tall as us adults. So they need a little bit of help to get up in there, and having that step is really nice. So again, it's kind of between CBI and Z1. I have to see Z1's flat version. I haven't really looked into them too much, but I know they make one now. So I may be adding that to the side, or I would go with CBI because I know they make a flat version. And it's kind of this size, it's about 6 inches, and it stays that size all the way to the back. There's no weird kick out. I'm not a fan of the kick out. I think it looks kind of weird, but that's just personally my preference. Again, there's a bunch of different options for these things now. So it's just some options out there that I'm thinking of. Then obviously the big one, I would like to get a light bar on the front. So in order to get a light bar to be bolted to the top of the truck and look good, you need a roof rack. Z1 is apparently coming out with one. I was kind of looking and waiting to see what that was all about, but I'm thinking I would probably go with the Prinzu rack. You do have to drill it in. I'm not worried about drilling it into the truck. It is what it is. Obviously, it's going to be bolted on there solid. They look good. They do make a Nismo one that kind of bolts on and clamps onto the sides in a couple spots. But I've heard the quality control on those things is kind of poop. And in my opinion, it just doesn't look as good. The Prinzu rack is more sleek. It's a little bit smaller. It's stronger. And in my opinion, it just would look better on the truck. So eventually, at some point, I would probably be going with a Prinzu rack up top. Now, moving to the rear of the truck, and this is probably going to be the biggest, at least looks-wise, difference, is the rear bumper. Now, you guys drop in the comments down below which one you think I should go with, because I'm kind of up in the air still. It's going to be between CBI, so it matches. Like I said, I got the CBI covert bumper up front. It would be nice to have the CBI bumper in the back because, like I said, it all matches. But Z1 Off-Road is also coming out with one, and I kind of like their design a little bit better. Reason being is my truck has the tow hitch, and it's obviously a lower point on the rear. So when you're coming out, your departure angle, especially if you have, say, like a tow hook or something in there, the chances are you're going to be digging your tow hitch into the ground. CBI, from what I can see on pictures, I haven't seen it in person, but they built the bumper to kind of go around your stock hitch. It's not a hitch that's built into the bumper. It's a bumper that's built around your hitch. It doesn't look horrible. I do like the looks of it. But again, I'm not one to really tow very often, so I don't think I would want that look. Whereas the Z1 Off-Road bumper that you guys can see, it's not out yet, but they do have it prototyped. They've dropped a couple videos giving an idea of what it would look like. They moved the tow hitch up and it's behind the license plate. So not only do you gain, like, it's not that much, but if you look, it's probably like what, 4, maybe 3, 4 inches you're going to gain of clearance in the back. And especially being the furthest point back, that's going to be the lowest point of the truck. So the more it can be tucked up, the better. And then for the looks of the Z1 off-road bumper, I like it as well. The only thing is it's not out yet. So do I wait, or do I suck it up and just spend the big bucks on the CBI bumper? But again, drop the comments down below. Would you like to see the Z1 bumper, or should I stick with the CBI look for front and back and go with the CBI off-road bumper? All right, so now talking performance-wise, this is what I've been looking at most recently, and it's all from Z1 Off-Road. I have a bunch of their stuff on the truck, and I've had no issues. Fitment and quality is perfect, which is leaning, or why I'm leaning towards the performance stuff for them. Now, what I want to do is get their performance pack level 2. People have been asking, am I going to spend the big bucks and get the supercharger? At least right now, no. I don't have a need for it. The truck has plenty of power for what I need. It would be cool to have a supercharger, yes, but I don't need it. And again, I don't have that kind of money to drop on a supercharger. Where you can go this level 2 performance pack, which that includes your manifold spacer, you get the cold air intake, and then you get the full exhaust, plus their tune, all from Z1. And you're supposed to, according to them, gain around 30 horsepower and 30 foot-pounds of torque, give or take. So again, it would all be stuff I can do in my garage. It's easy installs. I can film it for you guys and show you how to put each part on. And then we're going to gain a little more sound. We're going to gain a little more power. And we're not going to break the bank at the same time. So that would be cool. And then to go along with the intake, I would also like to get the snorkel. I'm not 100% sold on the look of the snorkels myself, but when you're out here, especially on these dry dirt roads, people always think a snorkel is for water. It's not only for water, it's for the dust. When you're driving out here, like if you look even at my shoes, just look how dusty everything is in here, right? So if you're following your buddies, if you're not in the front of the line, or even if you are in the front of the line and you're coming head on with someone else and you're going through the dust, having that snorkel way up here will get not you completely out of the dust, but it's going to give you a lot more fresh air than what's getting sucked in through your grill and through this, or your stock intake actually sucks in air from under or just above your fender liner in the front. So of course, with the dust and everything that's in there, you're going to be getting a lot more fresh air from up here than you would from tucked underneath the truck there, going through the dust storms and whatnot. And then of course, if you do end up in some deeper water, you're also sucking air from way up top. So I'm going to say if you start sucking in water from up top, you're already going to be in a bit of hot water. So your truck is probably toast already. But having the snorkel up there to suck in some fresh air would be a big benefit for the truck in the long run, I think. So there you go. That's pretty much it for my ideas anyways of what I want to do on the truck still. Obviously, it's actually quite a bit of stuff to go on there still, and it's pricey. So it's more about going to work and saving up the cash to get it. And then when the time comes, I will be able to install it and show you guys how it works, take it out in the real world and have some fun with it and take you guys along for the ride. So of course, I do make some money off of YouTube, so you guys watching this does help out the channel, and all the money I make goes back into the truck. So the more of you that watch, the more of you get to see what you want on the truck. So what does help is leave a comment down below what you would like to see on the truck. If you think my ideas for the future are worth it, drop a comment, because everything makes the video get boosted, and the more people that watch, the more stuff will end up going onto the truck in the future. So thanks for watching. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much in this one, and stay tuned for next week's video. Hopefully you like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.